We had an agent literally sitting right here in my office that wrote over $300,000 in CABOOM leads. And we're gonna share a live call from him so you can hear exactly what he does, what he says, his inflection, his script, everything. And we're about to share that. Also, if you'd like more information on CABOOM Lead, you can go to info.kaboomleads.com or click the link below. Because we just shared a call last week with Ashley. We had hundreds of comments. You guys, the content blew up, thousands and thousands, almost 10,000 views already. If you want more of this content, let's keep the trend going. Comment calls below in comments, and we'll keep feeding you content. Again, comment calls right now. Also, if you love behind the scenes training, live dials like this, you'd love to see things that agents are doing, you can go to our new streaming and agent training platform called CA Studios, castudios.tv. You can click the link below. Enjoy this call from our buddy Clark Stanley, who is crushing it on CABOOM Leads this year. And again, if you want more like this, comment calls right now.
Hello.
Hey, Diana, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well, ma'am. Thank you for asking. I was just giving you a call, getting back to you on the request you put in for information on burial and final expense insurance. I'm an underwriter in your area. It looks like you're in Modesto. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, very good. Well, Miss Diana, my name's Clark Stanley, so I was just getting back to you on that. On the form here, ma'am, you just put your name. Were you looking for just you, or are you and someone else?
No, this is just me.
Just you, okay. And then what has you looking into this today, ma'am? Just nothing in place at the moment, or have you experienced a loss recently that has you thinking through this sort of thing, or?
No, I'm 80 years of age, and so I've sort of been thinking, how many more years do you have?
Yes, ma'am.
And what's going to be left to your kids
Yes, ma'am.
to have to do.
Okay, so just kind of thinking through, making sure everything's squared away for the kids. How many kids do you have, ma'am?
I have 2 living and 1 deceased.
Oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am. When did you lose your child?
6 years ago.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, Miss Diana. That my heart goes out to you. As a parent, I can't imagine. Sorry, what'd you say?
I said it is hard.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sure. Well, I'm so sorry to hear that. So you said you do have 2 children still living?
Correct.
Okay. And any grandkids, ma'am?
No, quite a few.
Quite a few. How many?
6 of them and 3 great.
So you got a whole basketball team over there, Diana.
Yeah, just about.
Well, you must be a proud grandma. That's awesome. What's the age range there?
Let's see. Of which? The little kids?
Yeah, the grandkids and greats, yeah.
The great grandkids are, let's see, Sophie's 14 and the youngest one is 10 and the one in the middle is 12.
Very good. Well, sounds like you got a fun age range there. That's awesome.
Very good. I don't see them enough. Everybody's.
Oh, okay. I've got a lot of family in Michigan myself. My wife, Detroit and Lansing, in those areas.
Okay,
yes, ma'am.
I'm in Grand Rapids area.
Okay, very good. And then Miss Diana, so my wife and I, we actually just had our first baby boy last year. So we got a little 16-month-old running around now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You're just beginning. Oh my goodness.
We got some. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. It sounds like we got some catching up to do with 6 grandkids and 3 greats. That's awesome. So, ma'am, what are your children's names, ma'am?
Tracy and John are living, and Michelle passed away.
Okay, so you got Tracy and John, and you're just wanting to make sure that they're protected in case you were to pass, ma'am. Would they be the ones handling your final expenses?
Yes.
Okay. And do you feel like without something in place, Miss Diana, would that be a financial strain for them to cover everything out of pocket?
No, they probably could, but I would prefer if they don't get burdened with that.
Okay. Well, tell me, Diana, why is that important to you, ma'am?
Just because that's the way that I have lived most of my life, and I don't feel that it's fair that they get burdened with an expense that they didn't really ask for.
Yes, ma'am. Well, you sound like a wonderful mother, ma'am, and thinking through that. I want to commend you for that. Yes, ma'am. A lot of people, the percentage of people that actually get something in place for their family like this?
No, I think it's probably low.
It's less than 3%. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So the fact that
and go ahead.
Well, just the fact that you're even talking through this and thinking the way you do, ma'am, it tells me a lot about how much your family means to you. So I just want to commend you for that. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Not sure I'll go through what the cost is.
Well, and we can talk through that, ma'am. So, like I told you before, being a state underwriter, ma'am, all that means is I'm not calling you from one specific insurance carrier. So my goal here is not to twist your arm or sell you anything. But what I can do is hold up every insurance company kind of side by side, and we can walk through which one will get you the most benefit for your kids for the lowest cost. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And then from there, ma'am, we're not paying anything today. Based on the one that sounds best to you, I'll help you get an application in to at least get you approved. And then when you're ready for that to start, we'll get that started for you. Okay?
Okay. Yep.
Perfect. So, Miss Diana, are you hoping to just cover final expenses, or you want to leave some money on top of that behind for Tracy and John?
No, just final expenses.
Okay.
I know what the money is. It's
Okay.
not
Yeah.
great.
Yes.
So,
Okay. And then you put your burial type here as cremation. Are you wanting to be cremated?
yes.
Okay. So typically,
And
ma'am.
I know where I want my ashes too.
Okay, excellent. So typically, Miss Diana, a cremation can range anywhere from about 1,000 to 8,000, depending on the type of cremation, if you have a funeral involved, all of that. So I'd say that's probably a good place to start, and just looking for coverage for you. And then again, we can always go up or down based on what you feel is comfortable. Okay, so what we'll do, let me just ask you a few basic questions, Diana, and then we can kind of walk through your options and then go from there. Okay.
Okay.
So, ma'am, on the form here, you put your birthday is July 12th, 1944. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right. And then, Diana, you got to forgive me here, ma'am. My mother raised me better than to ask a woman this, but I have to for my form here. Do you mind sharing your height and weight with me, ma'am?
Currently, my height is, I believe, about 5'9",
Okay.
and my weight is about 250.
Okay. And then, do you use any cigarettes, nicotine, tobacco, ma'am?
No,
Okay.
not for years and years.
Okay. Good for you. I know that's not an easy thing to quit. All right, ma'am. And
Long time.
Yes, ma'am. And then, like I said, Miss Diana, just a few basic health questions. This is as deep as the health side goes. There's no testing or anything like that. Have you tested positive for or been diagnosed as having HIV or AIDS?
No.
Okay. Are you currently bedridden, hospitalized, in a care facility, or receiving?
No.
Okay. Any assistance with daily living activities, ma'am?
No.
Okay.
Well, my daughter and son-in-law to be, I should say, they're getting married Wednesday.
Oh, congrats.
After 36 years.
Oh, okay. Quite the courtship. Yeah.
Oh my God. So anyway, they live with me.
Okay.
And that's probably how it's going to be unless I get so PO'd at them I move to Michigan.
Okay.
And I've been threatening that.
Yeah. Okay. And then, Miss Diana, any heart disease, heart attack, or congestive heart failure?
No.
Okay.
They diagnosed me last December with congestive heart failure, and I went to the cardiologist a week ago.
Okay.
And he says, it's not that. You have AFib.
AFib.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
And have you had an episode of AFib in the last year, ma'am?
Hello?
Hey, I think we got disconnected there. I'm sorry.
Sometimes I hit the on-off button.
You're fine. You're totally fine. Diana, I was asking, have you experienced an episode of AFib in the last year?
No.
Okay. And then, ma'am, just a couple more health questions, and we'll be done with that here. Any circulatory system disease like stroke, aneurysm, seizure, lupus, or sickle cell anemia?
No.
Okay. Have you ever had cancer, Miss Diana?
Yes, I had CML.
Okay.
And I had a bone marrow transplant.
Okay.
Oh God, 3 years ago.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay. So the type of cancer you had was bone cancer?
No. It was, it was bone cancer.
Okay.
Chronic myelogenous leukemia.
Gotcha. Okay. And you said your last treatment was about 25 years ago?
Yeah, bone marrow transplant.
Okay. Well, God bless you for getting through that, ma'am. I know that's very difficult. I've had some family with the same thing.
Yeah.
And ma'am, was it metastatic? Did it ever spread?
No,
Okay.
never spread.
Did it ever progress beyond stage 1?
No, probably not.
Okay.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I think it was really low level for me.
Okay. Very good. Very good. And then just a couple more here, Miss Diana, and we can kind of walk you through your options. Any disease of the lungs, including chronic asthma or COPD?
Yeah, a little bit of it.
A little bit of which one? Chronic asthma or COPD?
I have asthma.
Asthma, okay. Do you require a daily inhaler for that, ma'am, or do you use a nebulizer at all?
I use the nebulizer only when gets really bad, which is probably coming up. I don't know where you are, but I'm in California. And
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
like pretty soon, really quickly, the pollens are going to spread because they're
Yeah.
plowing like right now.
Okay.
So where are you located?
I'm actually based out of Cincinnati, Ohio, ma'am.
Okay, so you're
Yep.
back in the cooler area.
Yeah, in the Midwest. Yes, ma'am. Just a little south of your family there.
We're supposed to be about 87 today.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're going to get a high of about 60. So a little
Yeah.
different. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
I'm in the valley, so.
Okay.
And it will be in the 90s next week.
Okay.
So.
Okay. And then just a couple more questions for you here, ma'am, and we can kind of walk you through this. Any liver or kidney disease, including insulin-dependent diabetes or hepatitis B or C?
No.
Okay. Have you been confined to a hospital overnight in the last year or had any major surgeries?
I was in the hospital in December of last year.
Okay. For what was that for, ma'am?
I couldn't breathe.
Oh my goodness.
It was I don't know exactly what it was. That's when they decided that I had chronic heart disease or whatever it's called.
Okay.
And that's what the cardiologist, because those weren't cardiologists, those were the doctors in a very small hospital.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so my cardiologist here said, no.
Okay.
You know, it's the other thing.
The AFib.
So.
Okay. And then last two questions here, Miss Diana, and then I'll shut up on these for you, okay? Any recommendations to have counseling for alcohol, drug abuse, or convicted of a felony or DUI?
No.
Okay. And then last one here, ma'am, any depression, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, dementia, or Lou Gehrig's disease?
Nothing.
Okay. Well, ma'am, it sounds like you're in pretty good health here, Miss Diana. Is there anything else that you have to take medication for, you're prescribed to take medication for daily? Like blood pressure, cholesterol, anything like that?
No.
You're just taking medication for do you take blood thinners for AFib or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm on Eliquis and
Eliquis, okay.
Sartan, I think it's called.
Okay. So what I'll do here, ma'am, that right now I have all the carriers loading for us, and we can kind of walk you through cost and which one will be the cheapest for you in the state of California. Okay. While that's loading, ma'am, do you know the difference between term and whole life insurance?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay.
Term doesn't carry further.
Yes,
Once
ma'am.
you've paid it off, you're done.
Yeah,
Opposite.
You're close. Actually, term, ma'am, won't go past the age of 80. So basically, our option, because you are now 80 years old, we're going to want to look at a whole life policy. The nice part about that, ma'am, is that whole life, the cost is fixed. It will never go up on you. And then the benefit is guaranteed to be paid out regardless of your age or health, where a term policy, the cost goes up based on your age and health. So whole life ends up being a better guarantee for your family, essentially. So in thinking through that, ma'am, I know it sounds like, obviously you want to get something in place so Tracy and John are taken care of and aren't having to stress about money when you pass. Have you thought through about how much you'd like to set aside monthly, ma'am, to make sure that's covered for them?
I don't have a clue what it even costs. So
Okay.
I have no idea.
You're fine. If I give you a range here, Miss Diana, can you tell me if it sounds way too high or about right? I only ask because affordability is going to be my main concern. I want to make sure that we get you protection, but it's not breaking the bank and you still have, I tell people I want you to have money for birthdays and weekends and holidays and all of that. So I don't want it to be a stress for you. So if I give you a range, can you tell me if it sounds way too high or about right?
Okay.
Okay. Between about 150 to 200 a month?
I might be stretching it a little.
No problem. So maybe between closer to like 100 to 125 in that range?
Probably closer to 100.
Okay. No problem. So what I'm seeing here, ma'am, what we're talking there, so it looks like you are eligible, Miss Diana, to apply with, it looks like 3 of the top carriers in the state of California. It looks like the one that will be the lowest cost to you is a company called American Amicable. Have you heard of them before?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So very reputable carrier, ma'am. They've been around for over 100 years. I actually, if it tells you anything, ma'am, my wife has a policy with them that I helped her get. So a lot of trust in them personally. So let me kind of walk you through that. And then if you could, Miss Diana, could you grab a pen and paper for me there? I'll walk you through kind of what this policy looks like.
Oh, you're catching me early. Come on, there. You got to move. My dog is right in my lap.
Okay. What kind of dog do you have?
She's part Chihuahua and part Pomeranian.
Okay. I've got a little Beagle Bulldog mix, and he has the worst of both breeds.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Come.
He's yappy and he's stubborn, so it's not a great combo.
Yeah, well, this one is, she's definitely protective of
Yes.
me,
Yes, ma'am.
which is not why I got her. I just sort of,
Yeah.
she was a little tiny puppy with the kids that are living with me, and
Mm.
they couldn't keep her any longer. So I said, "Oh, I'll take her back to Michigan with me." So
Oh, very good.
I trained her, and she's been a lot of fun, actually.
Oh, that's great. All right. Let me know when you're ready with the pen and paper there, Miss Diana. I can kind of walk you through this.
Desk. I don't move so fast anymore.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Well, if you're anything like me, grab a second pen there because that first one ain't going to work.
No, I just did that yesterday.
Every time. Every time.
Yep, just did it. Here, gotta get out of the chair. I had my feet up, so
Oh, I gotcha. No problem.
So look out there. Okay, pen, and then I just put in there right there, I think, and paper right here. I need light. Okay.
All right, ma'am. Perfect. So what I'll have you write down here, ma'am, with this American Amicable policy, the first thing I'll have you write is just price and benefit lock, and all that means for you, ma'am. Like I said, Diana, with the monthly cost here, that means the cost will never go up, and then that benefit will never decrease or go away. It's guaranteed to be paid to John and Tracy there.
Okay.
The second thing you can write, ma'am, is tax free. I'm sure you know, like I do, the government taxes just about everything we do these days. This is one of the few things they do not tax, ma'am. So that full amount is paid to John and Tracy tax free.
Trump has gotten hold of that one too.
What'd you say?
I said Trump has not gotten hold.
Shockingly, not yet.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Very good. The third thing you can write here, ma'am, is funeral planning service. Now, you don't have to use this, Miss Diana, but it is included free of charge with your policy. And all that means is that after you get approved when we apply together today, they'll give you a call and get any details you want for your funeral. So down to the music, the invitations, the flowers, if you have a church or funeral home in mind that you'd like to use. And then when you pass...
Nothing.
What'd you say?
I said absolutely nothing.
Okay. You don't want anything?
No, just, do what you have to do and give them
Yes, ma'am.
bag.
Yep, I gotcha. Well, yes, ma'am. I understand that. Well, again, you don't have to use it if you don't want, but if you decide to, they would do all of that planning free of charge, so John and Tracy don't have to worry about the planning of that service. Okay. All right. And then the last thing I'll have you write here, Miss Diana, is my name. If you write Clark Stanley, and the reason I have you write that, ma'am, I've been in this business a while, and I've seen, different underwriters and agents come and go, and I just firmly believe you should have a dedicated agent that knows your name and your family situation, and vice versa.
Okay.
So when you're approved, when we apply today, you'll have my personal cell phone number, and you know who to reach out to. Your family knows who to reach out to with any questions. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. And then, ma'am, I know we're looking at cremation. It sounds like you don't want any frills with a big ceremony, so I really just ran some options around $10,000, $8,000, and $6,000 of coverage. So that'll more than cover the cost of what you're wanting to do, okay? So, ma'am, for that $10,000 to go to Tracy and John, you'd be setting aside $113.68 a month.
Okay.
The $8,000, ma'am, which again is going to cover, based on what you've told me, that'll more than cover the cost of cremation and what you're wanting to do and leave some behind. You'd be setting aside $91.47 a month for John and Tracy.
Okay.
And then, ma'am, that $6,000, you'd be putting aside $69.26 a month for Tracy and John. So of those three, ma'am, to get that taken care of, which sounds probably best to you?
Oh boy, I have to give a thought to it.
Yeah, no problem.
What all does it include?
What did you say? What does it include?
Yeah.
So it's a whole life policy, ma'am. American Amicable pays out that death benefit to your beneficiaries between about 48 to 72 hours after you pass. It's guaranteed to be paid out. It won't decrease. And like I said, I had you write down that price lock so that price never increases on you. And then it also will build cash value. Are you aware of how that works with a whole life policy?
Not exactly, no.
Okay, so basically, ma'am, it kind of operates as a wealth building tool in a way. But basically, on top, for example, if we were to get you the $10,000 policy, on top of that $10,000 benefit to go to John and Tracy, it would start to accrue and accumulate cash. So that by year one or two at that premium, you'd have an extra $1,000, $1,500 sitting there that you're able to withdraw from tax free, like it were your own bank account.
Okay.
So again, ma'am, like I said, you're not paying any of that today either. I just want to make sure we can get you approved and we can kind of have that start date set when you're ready for it to start.
Okay.
But between those three, ma'am, did one pop out to you as like being most attractive?
Probably the one in the middle.
The 8,000?
Yeah.
I was gonna
No.
say, Diana, if you didn't, I was gonna say, based on what you've told me, I think that 10,000 is more coverage than you need, and honestly, it's a little above your budget. So I'd rather, believe it or not, Diana, some people have too much insurance and they're paying a little beyond their means there. So let me, I'll open the application here, Miss Diana, and we'll knock that out in about 5 minutes, and I'll get you on with your morning here, okay?
Okay.